property in question is contiguous with the city limits, I find that nowhere in the rules and regulations of state law or the state annexation handbook says that you're trying to use Whiskey Road, which is to the west, and it says in here that you cannot use roadways, right-of-ways, water lines, electric lines. You just can't use any of that to make a piece of property contiguous. But yet that's what you're trying to do. This whole section of land is in the county, every bit of it. So I don't understand how you're making Cracker Barrel come into the city if they don't want to be in the city. And you're saying that you're using the alternate method of annexation by getting 75% of the property owners to request it. Well, that's good. That's what it states in the law. But it also says that nothing eliminates the abutment or being contiguous. You've got to have that. It's got to apply. The reason I know that is that the Planning Commission decided to annex Whiskey Road south to the Lake Church Road. The state of South Carolina, in this letter to the city, said that you cannot do that because it's considered shoestraining. Well, the city did it anyway. We went to court on it. Judge Early ruled on it that he was not ruling that the only legality of the annexation. He was ruling that the 30-day, 60-day requirement by the city to contest missed. Now, the Public Safety Department has lost their grant to patrol that section of road, so now they pretty much abandoned that section of road all the way down to the church. You can't find them out there anywhere. They're gone. So it's not a moneymaker anymore. You can't use any part of Whiskey Road, that part or any other part, to annex a piece of property.
Okay, Mr. Bachman, I'm going to ask Mr. Davis to comment on this, but you're getting way above our pay grade in terms of the legality of annexation on the city road and everything. We're assuming that this application from the city has been reviewed with the city attorney.
Well, the city attorney
meets the necessary legal requirements. City council ultimately will decide on this, and if it's in violation of any state law, then obviously that's a different matter. Our purpose here tonight is to look at this in terms of, is it consistent with a comprehensive plan? Does it meet other criteria? We're not attorneys. We don't have an attorney on call. So if it's a legal issue, I'm afraid we're not going to be very helpful to you. That's, as I say, that's above our pay grade.
Okay, well, what about in the comprehensive plan where it says that you're going to give them waivers on how they can plant trees? If you go down the road about a mile, you want to hang them people for cutting a bush, but yet you're going to give them a waiver. Also, too, in this plan, you're saying that you're going to make it a recreational park retention pond behind Cracker Barrel. Is the Aiken City taxpayer going to pay for that upkeep of that retention pond?
Mr. Evans, you want to tackle that in this contiguous?
Let me start with the contiguous issue. This property is contiguous by the property on the other side of Whiskey Road.
What property?
State, the Aiken Mall property.
No, can't use Whiskey Road.
You're not using Whiskey Road. State law allows you to, in essence, ignore a street right-of-way. Property on the other side of a street right-of-way is in,
That's not what this says.
excuse me, sir, is in the city. You can consider land on the other side of that road as being contiguous. That's state law.
Well, I mean, Mr. Evans, I respect your opinion, but I've already been through this for the last 2 years, even with the attorney Pierce, the city attorney, which is now the assistant city manager, and it don't fly. And what you're going to do tonight is you're going to vote to have this pass the city council, and I don't think you should get out of here until all these questions are asked. I don't think city council, they should have somebody here to answer these questions.
That's why we only recommend. We recommend in city council as the city attorney sitting right here when they hear the application. So again, I don't want to belabor this and take up everyone's time. This really isn't something that we can address. You raise an interesting point, but it's way beyond our ability to deal with.
Okay, one other thing, it says on Whiskey Road, you have a entrance there going into the Cracker Barrel, the new Cracker Barrel, is gonna be a right in and a right out. We have that same situation right now. The owner of the produce company here, he's only got one entrance, and it's